Hey, welcome back to the channel. We are going to put the garden to bed today. We've got the 2515 here, a couple of bags of fertilizer in the bucket. And if you remember back in the spring, summer, we tried the big two bottom breaking plow on the 2515. It did pull it, but it didn't like it. Well, let me show you what we got. So this is the IronCraft model 6212. So it's got 12-inch moldboards on it. And we've already played with it. As you can see, it's a little bit dirty. But what we're going to do today is we're going to see if this 2515 will pull a plow that's a little bit better sized to this tractor. And I'm excited to do this because one or two things. One, I get to fertilize the garden and put it to bed. Second off, I just get to plow. I mean, who don't like plowing? Let's get to it. What do you think, Gizmo? Where's your chicken at? Tanya's out spreading fertilizer because my boot is open to the dirt. So she's pretty tough. She does all this stuff and don't complain much. Hey! So the game plan is get all the fertilizer thrown out. I need a spreader. I had a little pull behind spreader and the bearing locked up on it. Never got another one, and Tanya seems to be doing pretty good. I guess I got a spreader. Don't tell her I said that. But our game plan is to go ahead and throw the fertilizer on this garden, and then we're going to turn it, and I'm going to turn everything uphill. So I'll have to run down. I'll have to run down, and then come back to the other side and go again. That way, all of my throws will be up the hill. We got the 2515 here, and if you guys remember, I think I brought this up before. We tried this with the big two bottom breaking plow, and it done it, but it just didn't have enough. It wasn't enough tractor for that two bottom breaking plow. This got 12-inch moldboards on it, so this is going to do probably a lot better. This is really sized closer to what this tractor would need. Plus, this is like a normal field. It's already been plowed. It's already been tilled. Now, unfortunately, I was kind of trying to wait for some rain and then come back and turn this over. But we went from having a whole bunch of rain to having no rain for the last month. We've had some sprinkles. So this ground is just powder dry. But we're going to go ahead and turn this over with the fertilizer in it. And should be a fairly good test, though. We'll use the hydraulic top link to get it settled in. I think left to right, we're pretty close. I think we'll just need to adjust the hydraulic top link. All right, I feel like I got towards the end, I got a pretty good cut. I'm just going to swing around. What I'm doing is I'm rotating everything up the hill, because the garden goes downhill. So every time I rotate it back up the hill, I'm moving the dirt up. So first impressions, this is definitely doing a lot better. It's a much more appropriate size plow. Back plow might need to go back. So it looks like my back plow might need to go down a little bit. This is where that hydraulic top link is pretty handy. What I did now is I raised my 3-point hitch up just a little bit, and then I put the stop in place, so when I put the 3-point hitch back down, it'll be in the right place. I really wish we had about 10 acres that I could plow where I could get some really long runs. It's something pleasurable about plowing with a breaking plow and turning the ground over. The smell, it's just, I don't know, it's in my bones. I think we've kind of got it figured out. Obviously, this plow is much better suited for this size tractor. It did really well. The only time that I really struggled when I got over here on this lower portion. I didn't successfully plow this as well last time, and there were still some roots in here. This doesn't have coulters on it, and like where I hit this new ground, it's a little bit rough on along the edges, but where there was already been plowed, you don't really need the coulters. That's really much more, it's a bigger deal when you're in fresh ground. But overall, it's a lot smoother. This is something that I can come in with a tiller, and it will be it'll be much less of a challenge to till this down. Whereas the big breaking plow, where we were stopping and going, and it was really difficult. We had big chunks come out of the ground. Where this one here, we were able to keep moving, and plus it wasn't too wet. This was actually really good soil to turn over right now. Fertilizer's in. This is going to set over the winter, and we'll come back in the spring, flip it back one more time, we'll fertilize it and then flip it back one more time, and then we should have a layer of fertilizer all the way through. And I bet you next year our corn turns out a lot better. Hey, I appreciate you watching our channel. Leave us some comments on how we did. God bless. Have a great day.